Okay, kids. Sorry, I'm actually communicating with Miss PMP herself. That would be Patty from Napa. And I want to start the show with this, actually. So first of all, good day, everyone. I just gave up Sanka, so have a heart. And
have a heart.
Pat, yeah, and I want to say this. So here's the situation. Tony, check it out. Last night, we're doing the night flight. We're having I really did have a good time last night. I hope you guys enjoyed the show because Tony and I were having a lot of fun with that one. And I end the show. I haven't even talked to you about this yet, Tony. And then I got a text either from Patty or Dom, or maybe it was like a group text thing. And they're like, hey, you have a delivery this is last night, like 9:30. Yeah. They're like, you have a delivery. Do you know about this? Do you know what's going on?
Remember Patty was a super last night asking if you got a delivery yesterday. Do you remember that?
So let me, I'm going to walk you through this. So, cause this just happened. So I finished the show last night and I'm getting into my post show relaxation mode. May or may not have been some herbal delish involved. I would never admit that, of course, but I decided, okay, they sent something to the house. I better go downstairs. So I opened the front door. Sure enough, there's a box sitting there and I pick it up and Tony, it was a big box and it was very light. So I'm like, this is interesting. So I bring it upstairs and this is late last night, kids. So I open this thing up and dude, you know what was in there? Two potted, it was 2 flower pots with roses.
Nice.
Yeah, with the soil. And I wanted, Patty, is that from you? Is that from Patty or is that from Dom? There was no information in there, but I'm very touched by that. I'm assuming that's for the loss of Bob Weir, I guess. And Patty, I don't even know if you know this or not, but one of the great Grateful Dead ballads is called Must Have Been the Roses. Yep. And the roses are a big part of the Grateful Dead imagery, the skull and the roses and all that stuff. Here it is. Okay, heck yeah, Paulie. He says, this is from Dom right now. He says, it's from Patty and the PMP Army. Wow, thank you, guys. I really am touched. I have one question. I have them right now on the windowsill in the kitchen because, Tony, they gave me like a little box that the flower.
You got to plant those in the ground, brother.
Well, that's what I want to find out. Do I keep them inside? Do I keep them outside? You guys just give me the breakdown and I'll take great care of them. I actually love, believe it or not, dude, I love flowers. I love plants. I really do. So they're plantable, Dom says. So to put them outside, Dommy?
Yeah, plant them outside, Paulie, because my uncle gave me, my uncle Ed, shout out Ed and Linda, they gave me roses when Olivia was born in a pot. And that rose plant is still thriving in the backyard to this day, but planted in the ground. So definitely plant those bad boys, man, and then make sure you prune them and take care of it, and give it some good love every season as well.
I'm really touched, you guys. Really, thank you very much. That was a really nice gesture, and it came at the right time. It's funny. It's not funny at all, actually, but it's just to kind of prove the point. This morning, I'm sitting around, and this doesn't happen very often. Most people know in the morning I'm always prepping for the show that we do at noon. And Brian Connors, BC, called me today, and he was like, dude, I'm not feeling better about any of this. And I was like, no, I know, man. This is not getting any easier. Paul McCartney just put out a really nice statement about Bob Weir. You guys should check that out on Twitter, Instagram. It's all over the place. But Paul McCartney himself has spoken. You know what? He said that he went to go see Dead & Company at the Sphere. This is Paul McCartney. And he goes, I was hanging out with Bobby at that gig. And during the set break, we went into Bobby's trailer. And check this out. McCartney offered to play bass on one of the new songs Bobby was writing. And now that's not going to get to happen, which is really unfortunate because I know Bobby loved his Beatles. So did Jerry. All those guys. If you grew up when those guys did, you adored and worshiped the Beatles. And it was just really nice to see Sir Paul himself giving our very own Bob Weir, because Bob Weir is like one of us, dude. He's like part of the family. Like he would have loved this show. I know. I love PMP, y'all. Mm-hmm. He would have loved what we're doing right here, talking sports, talking music. So again, thank you, Patty. Thank you, Dom. Thank you to everybody who was involved with sending me those flowers and the roses. They're really beautiful. They're in great shape, Tony. And I was touched. What a nice gesture.
That's a beautiful gesture. And I'm not surprised at all. It's just what the PMP Familia does. And by the way, there's a parallel here because I want to talk about family and familia during this show today. But first of all, Paulie, Miguel Salas is checking in on the chat saying that he works for a flower shop in Central Point, Oregon, Southern Oregon, called Judy's Florist and Gifts. So there's your outlet, dude. If you want to know exactly how to take care of these roses, contact Miguel Salas. Miguel, let us know. Let Paulie know what's going on. I love a green thumb, man. I love spending time in the garden with some music going.
I too, me too. I've become really involved in my plants. I watered my plants yesterday, actually, yesterday afternoon. And every time I water my plants, I was talking to him. I was actually listening to Miles Davis when I did that. And I was like, you guys like Miles, right? You guys liking this Miles? And I was like pouring water. I'm talking to him. And I think my plants do like Miles. They like Miles. They like Coltrane. They like the Grateful Dead. They kind of go with my musical taste. You know what I mean?
That's freaking great, dude. It's incredible. Remember my friend Jackie, Paulie, way back when? Jackie?
Of course I remember Jackie, the great Jackie, the stage designer, set designer, backstage lady extraordinaire. Yes,
she still decorates green rooms all over the country. But Paulie, I remember doing some gardening with her, and I was wearing gloves, and she's like, "What are you doing wearing gloves?" She's like, "You got to take the gloves off and get your hands into the earth." And ever since she told me that, I don't wear gloves. I go deep and dig, and I'd like to dig around and then look and see the dirt under my nails and the dirt all over the place. It's freaking awesome, dude. So I don't know. Some people might be pro glove because of the thorns and all that stuff, but I love getting deep into the soil.
No, I'm with you. Let's get some soil, dude. I'm going to put soil like all over myself and go to that Bob Weir tribute on Saturday. By the way, I RSVP'd to that link, so I'm in. I'm going to this Bobby thing on Saturday. I'm going to meet my buddy Drutzy. If anybody else is out there, email the show. Maybe we can hook up, but I'll just be wandering around. Hopefully I will see you guys there if any of you plan on going in, because I want to pay my respects. And if it's a second line thing, Tony, I'll join right the F in. You know what I mean? Just start high stepping down the street. Why not, man? One more time for Bobby. Let's give him some love.
Paulie, have you ever been in the New Orleans second line? Have you ever just jumped in? Like every time they pass me by, I just jump in, man. And like at Jazz Fest or in the French Quarter or in on Frenchman Street, you ever see a second line, just jump in. That's what they want you to do. I mean, Trombone Shorty, right? Troy Andrews, I think is his real name. He got the name Trombone Shorty because he used to jump into second lines as a little kid with his trombone, and the trombone was bigger than him.
Yeah.
And so they'd be like, come on, Shorty, get in it. And he got in all the second lines, and now he's a badass musician with Trombone Shorty and Orleans Avenue. But love a second line, man. The vibes of a second line are pretty thick.
Tony and I saw Trombone Shorty. What a great gig this was. This is like 2016, I think. At the top of my head, I would say 2016. And it was Red Hot Chili Peppers in Oakland at the arena. And Trombone Shorty opened. And we had really good seats. I got seats through the station. So we were like down on the floor. And I will tell you this, my biggest standout memory of that gig with Trombone. And by the way, what a great opening act. You know what I mean? For the Chili Peppers. They could have had some like weird alternative band or something, but they're like, nah, man, we want Trombone Shorty. So Trombone Shorty at that gig we saw, dude, I don't know if you remember this, Tony. He did an instrumental cover of Sweet Leaf by Sabbath. Nice. And do you remember that? It was like, with the trombone. I'm like, this is the greatest. It was awesome. So anyway, let the music continue to play. Hey, good to see everybody today. What's going on? Will Sparks, Don Peralta, Noemi. You got your Miguels, your Centaurs, your Stevie B's. What is happening? All of y'all. Great to see you. Tony, I see you got something. You got a couple of announcements before Brooksy, but hit me with what you got. I know you had a thought
first
there.
Of all.
Oh, yeah. It's business time. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Couple of business items, Paulie, just to remind people, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel at Paulie Max Particles. Spread the word. Hit the algorithm. Let's rock this in 2026. Smash the like button. I had a hang up in 2025 of saying smash the like button. That hang up, I'm hanging up my hang ups. Great Herbie Hancock. Great Herbie Hancock song, by the way. Hang up your hang ups. No more.
Hey, listen, sorry to interrupt you, but only since you mentioned it, Tony, another great memory I have, because they're going to keep coming at you guys until I've exhausted myself. But Herbie Hancock headlining Sound Summit up on Mount Tam a few years ago. Who comes sitting in with him? Bob Weir. I saw Bob Weir sitting in with Herbie Hancock. That was a hell of a day. Anyway, Tony, sorry.
Dude, that was magical.
It was.
Yeah, magical.
Yeah.
But hang up your hangups. I'm not going to have a hang up with saying smash the like button in 2026. So smash that like button. Please spread the word. Also, Larry Kruger, we had to reschedule Larry because get this, he's getting on a noon flight tomorrow to get to Seattle.
Go get him, Krugs. Hell yeah, man.
I love Kruger's fight. He's at practice right now, by the way. The practice starts at 12:30. He's going to be at practice, so he couldn't join us today. Tomorrow he's on a flight to Seattle, but we're going to have him on next week. And he says, dude, by the way, I'll join you next week from Chicago. He's already making calls, dude. He's saying Bears win. I don't want to say what, he's just saying,
I love it. I love it.
I'll call you next week from Chicago. I said,
no, you know what, Kruger? Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
And you know, I'm with Larry on this. We will talk to him in Chicago. That's how good I'm feeling about this game. Now, Rod Brooks is going to join us today at 12:30. So we're going to pick his brain about all these injury updates. Jair Brown, D. Winters, Fred Warner, Pearsall, all that stuff. We'll get into all of that. Rod's going to join us in 20 minutes. So stick around for that.
One more piece of business. Oh, can I play one more piece of business?
Yeah, totally.
Only because you talked about the broads of PMP and you talked about the PMP Familia. Again, I want to get to that parallel later in the show. Lily Merchant, because we have our musical assignment tomorrow, which is with David Balfour, who's also known as Napa Dude, and also known as I think he's like the Z's, like all the Z's on Twitter. It's just a bunch of Z's.
Yeah,
I look at him as Napa Dude though, and he sponsored this musical assignment back in December. So he actually offered to push it to next week because of Bob Weir if we wanted to celebrate Bob, but he said no. We celebrated Bob on Monday. He's going to come on and do the musical assignment tomorrow. We will give you the musical assignment later in the show from what David wants to do, and it's a killer assignment. It's really cool. Lily Merchant has also sponsored a musical assignment, and get this, dude. Lily Merchant wants to gift the musical assignment to a member of the Broads of PMP.
Okay. Okay.
So, is that the coolest, man? That just goes to show what type of person
rules, dude. Lily's got the greatest vibe of all time.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites, and thank you for that, Lily. It's a really cool gesture. So, but that's a great reminder, Tony, that for all of the people in the audience, if you like the show, give us a chance to kind of get acquainted with you up close and personal. We'll put you on the show with us. If you would like to sponsor the music assignment, just email the show, polyspod@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to do. Make a donation to the show, and we'll put you right on the air with us. And we're going to continue to do that throughout the year. And if you're sitting there right now and you're going like, you know what? I have a great idea for like a Valentine's Day theme next month. Fine. Reserve it now. Like you can reserve ahead of time. If you want to go down the road and say like, I want this on March 3rd or whatever, you pick your poison, pick your date, and we'll definitely put you in place. There's Sweet Mad Hatter. He's one of our guys. He's already been a guest of ours. He was awesome on the air. We love getting to meet Sweet Mad Hatter. And with the leg bong and all that. So, Lily, thank you for that. That's really, really cool. Now, who's going to select the so-called broad? Like,
we'll figure that part out, but we have time to figure that out. But I thought it was just an incredible gesture from Lily. So thank you, Lily. And also, Sweet Mad Hatter, I got your email. Dude, he sent a picture, polyspod@gmail.com, of Bob Weir billboards in Central Oregon that we can show later on in the show. But on behalf of the Broads of PMP, stand by, Paulie, for one moment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay,
put your hands together
all right,
for the Broads of PMP.
Yes.
Giants and Niners and pop culture takes. They bring the best every day. The Broads of PMP.
Yeah.
They're not the gals, they're not the dames. Dropping facts that are so insane. More knowledge than you and me. It's the Broads of PMP.
So good.
The Broads of PMP. The Broads of PMP.
Yeah.
How good? How good?
HVAC, you are the freaking man. I know that's HVAC's work, right? That's the first time I'm hearing that. Bravo, my friend. Outstanding. And I love the riff, Tony. By the way, maybe we can get Trombone Shorty to cover that. You know what I mean? Fantastic.
And Allah on the chat says, can I remix that? Yes, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, remix it. Go nuts, dude. Make a 12-minute dance jam out of it if you need to. Go crazy. We'll play it on the show. All right, Tony.
So that was the business portion. Also, tomorrow we got the musical assignment, and we're thinking about maybe a Paul Tonelli hit. We're going to see, because Paul, I know, is very, very, very excited for this Sunday.
I think we all are, dude. I think we're all feeling the same thing right now. But go ahead, finish that about Tonell. That's awesome.
Well, I talked to my Uncle Paul, and I want to get his take on the game. And also, you know how much I love Greg Cosell, and I miss Greg Cosell.
That's how I was just laugh. Hey, Greg, tell me about Jethro Tull at the Garden. I missed that laugh of Greg Cosell.
Too bad they play it all over the place on our former employer, so we're not going to play it here. But Greg Cosell, one of my favorite guests ever on KMBR, especially with you guys because you brought music to the fold with Greg. But Greg said, he goes, man, I think this was on 95.7, so kudos to them. But I think Greg said it's going to be very difficult for the Seahawks to do what they did in Week 18 again.
Oh, dude, that's not happening. This is not going to be a lopsided affair. There's no way. No.
Right. So I thought, and I bow to the church of Greg Cosell. So I'm a big fan. So, and then finally, Paulie, we got a couple of supers. We got Escobar Cheeks the third.
Yeah.
He says, hashtag F the Seahawks, hashtag no butt stuff, hashtag no shaman, hashtag JK and BA, JK and BA by the Bay. Sorry, Brandon Ayuk. Sorry. Hashtag be meet curious. Hashtag cron for next Thursday. Hashtag smash the like button. Hashtag F shady Shohei. Hashtag free the thumb drive. Hashtag free Murph.
Okay,
wow,
that basically covers it. You know what? While we got Escobar right where we want him and need him, and thank you for that, bro. Let us show him. So I found this real quick. Can you dig out the Reno thing real quick?
Oh yeah. Let me get that.
All right, I'm gonna set this up. I thought of Escobar immediately. So of course, Escobar winning the Golden Cheeks Award last year he recreated the Mike Reno Fingers Crossed Loverboy record album where he's got the fingers crossed over his butt cheeks. He replicated that so well. And then I'm flipping around Twitter the other day. I think it was over the weekend. I saw this. I flagged it. I sent it to Tony. I'm like, we got to show you
real quick. Here's Esco's recreation. Okay, that's first. We got that. Okay, so everybody, we've seen that before. Probably if you haven't seen it, that's Escobar Cheeks the third. He earned the nickname Cheeks from that photo, by the way.
Correct.
And then if we want to share what you're, go ahead and continue to set up, Paulie. Yeah.
No. So again, if you're not acquainted, I don't blame you at all. This is Loverboy we're talking about now. One of those 80s bands. I think they're out there gigging like the state fair circuit kind of thing. But Mike Reno, the lead singer of the band, is, everybody is working for the weekend. We know the tracks. Yep. He has, I guess he just celebrated a birthday. So he put this message online, which I saw, and I'm about to show Escobar this and everybody. And you need to check out the cake, dude. Look at Mike Reno's birthday cake. Can you, dude, keep it coming. Look at that thing. Look at that thing, dude.
It's incredible.
Incredible, dude. I mean, and they give you like the upper portion of the thigh. It's not just like the butt. Like we're doing, there he is, Mikey Reno at your service. Yeah. And
do you notice how it says Get Lucky on the bottom, dude? It has the album name too on the bottom there. Get Lucky.
Great eye, Tony. Great freaking eye. I had not noticed that. But yeah, there it is. That's a cake, dude. That's the Mike Reno birthday cake. Escobar, we got to get a baker to bake you up one of those for your birthday too, man, because that is money. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody about it. At least you got a sense of humor about it,
Also, hey, Escobar, the Cheeks the third is a new PMP VIP member for the next 7 months. Thank you, Escobar, for jumping on board. You down with PMP? Yeah, you know me. Okay, we're taking the OPP and changing it to PMP. So thank you, Escobar, for all the support, brother. And yeah, keep those cheeks coming. We might need a 2026 updated version of the cheeks, Paulie.
Yeah.
I know Escobar does a lot of squats. He does a lot of working out.
I'm out. You know what we could do? I'll give you an assignment right now at your leisure. There's no rush on this at all. But other great album covers featuring, a guy's ass. I'd have to go to Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. You got Bruce's denim-clad butt with and he's standing in front of the flag. If you want to go ahead and recreate that one, go ahead. That's another ass album cover that maybe we could focus on. But yeah, you do that at your leisure. That's totally up to Escobar when and where.
Hey, does Baby Got Back? Does that album cover have? He's standing on the butt crack. That's right. Okay. I mean, that's just outrageous.
Again, some of my favorite lyrics of all time in any song coming from our buddy Sir Mix-a-Lot. And here they come, Tony. Ready? Cosmo says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that. Dude, there's something about that lyric. Cosmo says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that. Me too, Sir Mix-a-Lot. You got to
probably the greatest use of a whip crack maybe ever. Cosmo says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that. And it's like it goes throughout the whole song where there's a lot of whip cracks in that song too.
I remember the video. They show the DJ, like Sir Mix-a-Lot's DJ's got the two albums going and stuff. And on one of the records is a little plastic butt, Like there's butt cheeks on the record spinning around. It's nuts. Go look at that video at your leisure. Hey, speaking of music, while we're on music, I just want to throw this out there to the PMP community. Mark down this date if you can make it. We'd love to see it. It's going to be March 20th at the Brisbane Inn. We've got ourselves another Polymac and Friends gig. Tony's going to be there. I'll be there. David Drutz. We'll get a whole bunch of people up there playing. And here's what we decided. This is David Drutz's idea, and I'm all for this. He said, we are going to do a Bob Weir tribute set at that gig. So we'll play a couple of sets, and one set we'll mix it up and we'll do a lot of stuff. And then one set's going to be all Bob Weir songs. And I'm really going to be looking forward to that because I'm going
to make a request right out of the gates that I play bass on Masterpiece if I could, because that song.
Well, we're definitely going to play that one. That's it's funny, Tony. It's funny you say that just for the trivia of the moment. That is the first song I ever learned how to play and sing on guitar. Was Masterpiece.
Dude, that was like, man. Yeah, my old band, we used to play that. Shout out Josh and Adam Berger, Josh Whittington. They used to do a great harmony on that song when I played it in my old band. Paulie, it's a great idea. Drutzy, no surprise, Drutzy coming up with good ideas. You asked for butts on an album cover. This isn't butts on this isn't butts on an album cover, but this is part of the video. I did a still shot of Sir Mix-a-Lot standing on a butt. Basically.
And by the way, shout out to my guy in front of the camera here with his arms folded. That's like Escobar right there, just standing there, keeping everything in order. And then, dude, look at my guy way in the back on keys. You see him just standing there with the keyboard way in the back?
Dude, the fact that they made just ass cheeks. Hey, you know what? I want to stand on ass cheeks for the video. Is that cool with you guys? What the hell? Dude,
give me a designer in here who can build me a 40-foot high set of butt cheeks. I need to stand on them. Yeah, totally, dude. I back it. I really do. I back Sir Mick a lot, dude. I got his back.
Hey, Paulie. So Fred Warner Game Time Decision, which is freaking ridiculous, dude. That he's even a Game Time Decision, man. Oh, hang on a sec. We got more supers, dude. Hang on. Aaron Kask. He says best 8 months of my life. Aaron Cass, his son, if he's a member for 8 months. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Good to see Aaron Cask. I love you, brother. Really, you're one of our favorites too. We loved hanging out with you at the Christmas party, and we will continue to do that going forward.
Yes, and last night it was revealed that Aaron Cask wakes up to the Bookmarks music, and that Fareed Robot Centaur, the ringtone on his phone is the Bookmarks music. So it's good
I saw Bonnie, aka Scarlet Fire, who, by the way, was at the Fillmore last night.
Yeah,
and she sent us some pictures. They had a nice little tribute to Bobby set up, the picture with some candles and more roses. There's roses everywhere, dude. Roses for Bobby all over the place. Hey, what's up, Chuck? P1 Chuck's in the house. Good to see you, man.
Nice.
And Bonnie was saying that she's gonna make the Broads of PMP song her new ringtone. Can I get a reprise real quick, just for my head?
Well, it's got a little bit. It's got a little bit of an intro. So here.
Okay.
And then we got to get to Carlos De La Fuente, give him some love before we welcome Rod Brooks to the show.
Turn this up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Broads of PMP. Giants and Niners and pop culture takes. They bring the best every day. The Broads of PMP. They're not the gals, they're not the dames. Dropping facts that are so insane. More knowledge than you and me.
Yep.
It's the Broads of PMP. The Broads of PMP.
Okay. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, bro. I needed that. I needed that for my head. I need as much laughter as I can get this week. That's outstanding. HVAC.
Totally. HVAC, David Shanklin, NorCal Refrigeration HVAC. Just thank you so much, brother. And I'm just going to segue right into another work of Shanks, because we're going to give Carlos De La Fuente some love.
Give us the loose. 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 What load would you like? Give us the los.
Oh, so good, man.
Dude, he can play. You know what? Yo, HVAC, bring your guitar up, dude. Why don't you, if you can? I mean, come to Brisbane on 320 for the Bob. I'm dead serious. That's the idea behind these gigs, which I've completely stolen from Phil Lesh. But I love the format, which is we'll call it Polymac and Friends, and we'll just keep rotating new people in and out. So Shank, grab an axe and come on up, dude. You want to sprinkle some leads on, because I'm not a lead guitar player and I need one. So if you want to drop some leads over the Bob Weir songs we're going to play, we'd love to have you. So pack up your gear and head to NorCal, because I'm more of a drummer. I feel you, bro. We have a drummer. Bob Marcucci is in. I already texted him. I said, lock up 320. He was like, I'm all over it. So, and by the way, having Bob Marcucci, more of you guys need to see this dude play. He's such a natural, fluid music. You can throw anything at him. Like we did those 2 Jane's Addiction songs last time, and he was the propeller under that whole thing. He was great. Anyway, so we have a drum. Yeah, but come on up anyway, bro. We'll find something for you to do. Yeah, we'll find something for you.
And Bob, Bob's my roommate from college, man. Bob has all kinds of percussive toys that he could bring, and Shank could grab and get involved in the mix too. So,
which is fine. Hey, two drummers in the Grateful Dead, 2 drummers with Polymac and Friends. I'll take it. And yes, Tony, we can do Masterpiece for sure, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Come on.
Okay, let's talk about Carlos De La Fuente. We're in the calculator for a reason. For starters, I want to say, speaking of music, we are working on a new segment with our good friend Jeff Faust right now, who is we got to follow up with him, Tony. Let's get a meeting with Jeff next week. Jeff approached us, and again, if this is our friend, you've seen him in the chat line. He is the bass player for the Freestone Peaches, and we showed you the picture of him playing with Bob Weir the other night. Great guy, and he wants to resurrect. And I love this idea, because K-Fog used to do this, like the local concert calendar, where you kind of report who's playing where, what gigs are going on this weekend, because it's actually not that easy to find listings anymore. The Pink section used to have everything in the Chronicle, and then of course BAM, Bay Area Music, but both of those have shrunk to the point of near extinction. BAM is not even out there anymore, I don't think. It might be online, maybe, but it used to be everywhere. You would go to like Amoeba, buy some albums, and then grab a BAM on your way out the door at Bay Area Music. But in any case, that'll be a new segment with Jeff. And Jeff Faust is now working with Carlos De La Fuente. And I'm hearing nothing but great reports from both sides. Like Carlos, I heard from him, and he was like, dude, Jeff Faust is a great human being. And I'm like, I know, the guy's money. And that brings me a lot of joy. The fact that we've been able to kind of mix our sponsors with our community, and everyone's kind of working with each other and lifting each other up. So it's great to know that Jeff is out there working with Carlos, and we are into the new calendar year now. Listen, I get what's going on out there, like in life. This is a little oasis where we get to escape, but I know a lot of people have lost their health insurance, and I know money is a problem right now. Like the electric rates across the country for utility bills have risen 13%.
Dude.
It's nuts, man. It's hard. The dollar is not going as far as it used to. So if you're trying to work your way through this, trying to figure this out, how am I going to get through 2026 with the money I'm making, and then the things my responsibilities, my bills, my payments, you got to talk to Carlos at Flex Funding. He can help you like plan out a roadmap of how you're going to navigate through this year. If you have lost your health insurance and you've got maybe some extra funds that you used to apply to your health insurance, talk to Carlos. There's ways you can have that money working for you. Maybe you are just like, it's not even that, Polymac. I just need some cash in my pocket. Boom. Talk to Carlos about a private money loan. Talk to Carlos about a HELOC loan. 925-250-4894. You can email Carlos anytime. Carlos@myflexnow.com. You've seen him on the show. Tony, how many did you do? More than one show with Carlos last week when I was out? Or
2. He joined us twice. It was freaking great. And he was breaking it down. And he made the call. He and Don both made the call about if they won the coin toss, they wanted the Niners to take the ball and try and score and put Philly behind early. So and because I'm always a deferrer person, right? Because I love to see how the game takes shape. Yeah. Carlos was like, nope, not this time. Not now. He's like, set the tone. So I'm like, wow, okay. This weekend, I think I'd love for them to defer and get the defense on the field personally, but we can talk about it with Brooksy, because Brooksy just entered the green room too. So we can talk about with Rod as soon as we wrap it up with Carlos De La Fuente. And I wanted to say about Carlos, we refer to Los as a one-stop shop, literally, because he can pretty much do any kind of loan. Right? It's very few loans he can't do.
Hence the lyric in the song, Tony. What loan would you like? Hence that lyric. Yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah,
totally. Yeah. But Carlos can also offer personal unsecured loans that have nothing to do with mortgages or loans attached to your property, and loans that range from 50 grand to 500,000 bucks. So, and you just qualify via verified income and credit as an alternative to a mortgage. He also mentions down payment assistance programs are going to be hot in 2026. And he says that the best part about these grants, they're up 3%, and that they do not need to be paid back if you make 6 months of payments. So Los knows his S, and we trust
Yes.
Los, and he's got a multitude of options, not just mortgages. The one-stop shop truly applies to Carlos De La Fuente. Give him a call, 925-250-4894, 925-250-4894, or email him, carlos@myflexnow.com. And Paulie, last thing, Los texted me also, or that thread that we were on yesterday about Los, and saying that how he had a great conversation with Jeff Faust.
Yeah.
The way that Los operates and develops a relationship with these people, he's like, dude, I already talked to Jeff about the fishing that he does, and we need to all go fishing. And Jeff said, we're going to plan a fishing trip. I'm like, that's how Los operates, man. He's all about building the relationship. So anyways, just give him a call. You won't
definitely give him a call. And again, that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning, Tony, the fact that these relationships are starting to cultivate with our sponsors, and we're all the same. I mean, yeah, he's a sponsor, but he's one of us 100%, as all our sponsors are. We'll talk about Dr. Matt Young in a little bit too. And I'll leave you with this on Carlos today. Corinne from Fairfax, who we love so much. She actually, and by the way, Corinne, I don't think I've had a chance to say this on the show. That picture I saw a picture of you, I think before the Philly game. And no, I'm sorry. It was before the last regular season game, and you had the black jersey on. That thing looked pretty badass on you, Corinne. I got to throw that out there. I wasn't crazy about it, like seeing it on the field, but I thought you and your crew looked pretty slick in those black jerseys. Compliments there. And then, but finally, she said that, and she's another one of our PMPers who has worked with Carlos successfully. Corinne just posted up there a minute ago. She goes, guys, trust Carlos De La Fuente. That's what it's all about. You're in good hands with Carlos. Carlos, thanks for the support. Thanks for the friendship. We love you, buddy. Go Niners. Okay, speaking of Go Niners, Tony, get us out of the calculator, get us back into sports mode, because it is time to bring in one of our favorite people. He's a friend. He's a colleague. I mean, we've known this guy for, we're bordering up on 30 years at this point, and we love him dearly. He's one of our true brothers in the Bay Area sports media family. It's Rod Brooks from NBC Sports Bay Area. You see him on Niners pre and post. We rock with him all the time. Brooksy! Yeah,
fellas, what's happening? What's good?
What's good? You're what's good, dude. First of all, I'm telling you, Rod, I love your work on NBC Sports Bay Area pre and post. You've been crushing it all year. Man. And we are, by the way, Tony, do you mind? Can I slip in one Golden State Warrior question for Rod real quick before we dive into this?
Slip of the lip, man. Slip of the lip.
Okay. I got, or Black Flag, slip it in, whatever your preference as far as the slip.
Yeah.
Brooksy,
or one slip, Pink Floyd. Sorry, go.
I can Paul Simon slip sliding away. How far you want to go with this? You know what I mean? We'll do it all day. Brooksy, I do want to ask one Warrior question, because I know you're always involved with the Warriors, and we see you work on there too with Molly and everybody. Great stuff. Kuminga today looks like this thing is finally coming to a head. Before we dive into the Niner game, he has, I guess, the language I keep reading, Rod, is he demanded a trade today. So my question is, does that hurt his value? And what's the likelihood that he does find a new home before the deadline? I think it's February 5th.
It would be, listen, this thing has been screwed up by both parties.
Yeah.
It would be a major mistake if the Niners didn't trade him before the February 5th, I think.
I think it is the 5th.
Trade deadline. He don't want to be here. They don't want him here.
Yeah.
The return is not going to be something that is going to immediately help or save the Warriors, depending. I guess they don't need saving. I mean, they're 3-4 games over 500, but it's not going to make an immediate impact. They should have done something over the summer. This is just it's just a situation where there's blame to go on both sides. There's no reconciliation. And again, there's no magic bullet as far as a trade is concerned. Mommy and daddy have been sleeping in the same bed, but everybody knew the divorce was imminent. Yeah. Now they've told the kids, and they'll be sleeping in separate rooms. And eventually, mommy and daddy are going to separate. So it's a wrap, man. It's over. It's
Yeah.
been over, quite frankly.
Phenomenal parallel, Brooksy.
Well, as a child of divorce, I understand how these things.
Me too. That's pretty spot on, actually. That's pretty much the pattern. Yeah, like, oh, they're not in the same room anymore. That can't be good, in
No,
the long run. Yeah. A lot of us know all about that. All right. Anyway, Brooksy, great to see you, man. Happy New Year and everything.
New Year,
and let's get into this big. So first of all, Rod, it's kind of wild to me that the Niners go into Philly in a depleted state defensively, even on offense. I mean, they're not the same unit, especially with Kittle going down, and they pull off a spectacular win. Rod, I don't know, like, me, I'm a diehard Niner fan, so I can get carried away. I can get wound up pretty easily, but I feel confident going into this game. Yeah.
Because you should.
Yeah.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was confident, and I knew that they were going to go and beat the Eagles because the Eagles were a flawed team.
Yeah.
Particularly offensively. And we saw it happen. The Seahawks are not a flawed team. They have a flawed quarterback, and I'll get to him in just a second.
Good. Yeah.
But there's so many things. The Seahawks have only scored 13 points in each of these two games against the Niners. Now, they lost one and they won one. But if you go and look back at what the Niners did in game one against Seattle, right, where they only gave up 13 points and won, and then you look at what the Niners did in week 18, and where they only gave up 13 points and lost and had a chance to win had it not been for the late turnover, off Christian McCaffrey's hands, and would have been nice if Ronaldo Green would have gotten both feet down for that interception. You go back and you look at the stats, the important stats in both of those games, and you'll see what happened. Time of possession for the Niners in game one. And the Niners, time of possession is important. Why? Because it keeps the defense off the field, but it also keeps your best unit on the field, the offense. And my man Matt Mayoka, we did our pregame or pre-show Zoom meeting, our production meeting about an hour ago, and Matt Mayoka made a very good point. The more offensive plays the Niners run, the more intel Kyle Shanahan has, so he can do what he did last week, which was use a play to set up another play. Sky Moore reverse turned into the Sky bang pass touchdown. Let's go home. Time of possession. Niners 37-58 in game one. Seattle 22-02 in game two. Game two, where the Niners lost. Niners only had the ball for 22 minutes, 12 seconds. Seattle, almost 38 minutes. Number of plays. Niners ran 72 plays in game one. That intel for Kyle Shanahan. Game two, Niners only ran 42. I'm not going to keep boring you guys with the numbers, but if you go back and you look, you see what the Niners need to do, which is get back to who they are, albeit against a very good Seattle team. They got to control the clock. They got to run the ball. They got to convert on third downs, and this is where it gets tricky. Niners are the best third down conversion team in football, 50%. Seattle is the best at stopping you on third down. So that's where the rubber is really going to meet the road. So I'm confident that the Niners can do enough of what they did in week one in this game here. But the big difference, Trent Williams is back and Ricky Pearsall is on his way back. Trent Williams for all the obvious and understandable reasons. Niners got whooped on the line of scrimmage on both sides. But just talking about the offensive line, Spencer Burford did not have a good day. And Trent Williams' presence next to Spencer Burford makes Spencer Burford a much better left guard. But I saw this stat and this blew me out of the water. Trent Williams didn't play in week 18. Austin Pleasance did. Remember, that was the week after the Chicago game where everybody's like, okay, Austin Pleasance did a good job. The Niners had to help Austin Pleasance 48% of offensive snaps.
Wow.
You don't have to do that with Trent Williams.
No.
With Pearsall. So he comes in. He's the only guy that can beat man coverage. The Niners love that intermediate in-breaking route, the dagger that Ricky Pearsall runs, and Juwan Jennings as well. They have to have that. So Seattle, who didn't worry about that in week 18 and didn't worry about anything behind them because Pearsall didn't play. Now Pearsall plays. They have to worry about that dagger, so that moves them off the line of scrimmage. And now they got to worry about Pearsall behind them. What does that do? That opens up line of scrimmage 10 yards out. That's where Christian McCaffrey can live. That's where Kyle Juszczyk can live. And they won't be able to have all those defensive backs because they stopped the Niners run game in week 18, Seattle, with 5 and 6 DBs. Now, all of a sudden, if that Niner run game starts percolating, you
Oof.
get them out of that. That's advantage Niners. So just as confident as I was about the Niners beating the Eagles,
Yeah.
I'm just as confident about the Niners beating Seattle. They're not going to score 3 points in back-to-back games
That's
against
right.
Seattle. The
That's
trick
right.
is, as it was against the Eagles and as they didn't do in Week 18, get to 20 points. You get to 20, you get to 22. Seattle only gives up 19 points a game. You get to 20, you get to 22 points. It's late in the fourth quarter, as it was in Philly. Crowd gets tight, quarterback gets tight. Let me just say one last thing here. About Sam Darnold, because once you get to this point, it's a team game, but it's about quarterbacks. Sam Darnold has 20 turnovers. That's the most of any player in this league. He has not thrown an interception against the Niners in 2 games. He's not going to go 3 full games against the Niners without throwing at least 1 interception. I promise you that.
So breaking it down, by the way, thank you. A couple things. They can't lose the turnover battle like they did to Philly. That can't happen. And to your point, yes, we were talking about this yesterday. I think also that Darnold is due for at least 1, if not 2 turnovers on Saturday. Also, remember we talked about when you came on, when we talked about that Seattle game, how that flea flicker play that the Niners ran, it didn't work because nobody had to bite on it because they knew they weren't going to get beat deep. Like 100%. What you're talking about, because Pearsall wasn't in the lineup. Now, if Pearsall is back, they have a deeper threat. Maybe that stuff opens up and maybe we see some new wrinkles. And the other interesting thing, Brooksy, is you talked about how the Niners want to try and keep their offense on the field. I feel like Mike McDonald coaches the opposite, where he has no problem keeping his defense on the field because of how powerful they are. I read something where he goes for 4th down the least in the NFL, but that expect to see them go for 4th down. They went for 4th down on the first drive, I think, of the game in Week 18. And that was because he knows that if they don't convert, he throws his defense on the field, and he has
with 98 yards behind him. Right.
Right. So it's like the offense of the Niners against that defense of the Seahawks. I mean, in the time of possession, man, it's going to be Michael Paul has this not Mike Damone's 5-point plan, but like he has a 3-point plan when he like wages on games and stuff, and he says who has the better quarterback, who has the better defense, and who has the better coach. And so last week it was the better quarterback we thought it was Purdy by a hair.
But even though Purdy did not have a great game, though, throwing 2 picks, like I think Brock can play a much better game than we saw last week, which is encouraging,
Absolutely. But then you give the defensive nod to the Eagles, and then you give the coaching nod to Shanahan last week. This week, I would give the coaching nod to Shanahan again. I would give the quarterback nod to Purdy, and I would give the defensive nod to Seattle. So in that 3-point plan, the Niners still win 2 out of 3. Do you agree with that, or what do you think?
I agree with that, and here's the thing. Going back to Week 1, because the past is prologue, what did you do before, and how can you apply that to what you will do in the future? The Niners defense, hey man, they ain't got to be the 85 Bears.
No,
they don't have to be the 2012 Niner defense. But what they can't do is give up 18 missed tackles. Which is what they did in Week 18. Guess how many tackles they missed in Week 1? 3.
Ooh, what a difference, man.
Now, so again, just do what you did last week, which they only missed 8-9 tackles. And why was that? Because you had better middle linebacker play with Eric Kendricks, who missed 0 tackles. You had better linebacker play from Garrett Wallow, who had 11 tackles and was engaging blocks, shedding blocks, and making tackles. This is a different Niner team than what Seattle saw in Week 18. Because they have Trent Williams back. Because they have Ricky Pearsall back, because there is some stabilization at linebacker. And for me, God bless Jair Brown, because you have Upton Stout in the mix, this is a better Niner team than what Seattle saw in Week 18. All the pressure, just like it was against the Eagles, all the pressure is on Seattle. I say all they have to do, but all they have to do is get to 18, 19, 20 points at some point in time in the fourth quarter. And I promise you, Sam Darnold is either going to throw an interception or he's going to fumble the ball away as he did in week 1 and as he did in week 18, but he recovered that fumble. Put the game on Sam Darnold's shoulders. And you know who knows that that's a problem? Mike McDonald, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, which is why he's been protecting Sam Darnold, which is why he protected him with a really, really good Seattle run game and a really good Seattle defense. They do not want this game on the shoulders or the arm of Sam Darnold.
No. And I want to remind everybody, obviously, Rod Brooks, our guest, we love him on NBC Sports Bay Area, but check out his show, Quality Hang. Obviously, Brooksy's posting up new shows all the time. It's really good. Definitely support Brooksy and check out Quality Hang. Brooksy, I want to talk about the just like a little bit of a health report with these guys. Let's go through a couple of names here. Now, I think we're all kind of on the same page. We're expecting to see Pearsall. We'll get to Fred. Fred's the big one, obviously, and we'll get there. But you mentioned Jair Brown. Like, I have not really heard. I don't know what the likelihood. Do you know if he's on the field this weekend? Do we have any update?
He's not going to play because he hasn't practiced. I mean, the practice schedule has been light and wonky because the Niners are on a short week. That hamstring is problematic.
Okay.
This is my opinion based on the information I have.
Yeah.
Jair Brown's not going to play.
Okay.
And again, I don't say this to be a jerk.
No.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Siegel did a great job filling in for him.
He did.
He did a great job filling in, man. I was impressed.
Siegel, no, you're right. Siegel had a great game in Philly, and I wanted let's see some more of that up in Seattle. I saw him working out with Fred Warner yesterday, Brooks, but I haven't heard anything concrete. Do you have any kind of feel or news, or have you heard anything about D. Winters for this week?
So the Niners just started practice a little while ago. And D. Winters was able to go yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but here's the thing. They don't necessarily need him to play.
Yeah.
Because of the job that Wallow has done. So my guess is that D. Winters will not play.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And then the big one, obviously, listen, we've all seen the same footage. We saw him out there in pads yesterday. He had the shorts on, hitting the sled. I thought Fred Warner, I mean, just his presence, Brooksy, I think on the practice field is enough to kind of elevate everybody's spirits. And I'm sure he will have a hand in the pregame, festivities and the pregame speech in the locker room. What is your gut on Fred Warner? It sounds to me like if they do have a game next week, it sounds like Fred's going to play. That's not really being debated. But this weekend, I don't think anybody really knows. I know they have until Saturday to activate him, but I don't know. What do you think the likelihood is, I guess? What's your gut say?
So my partner, the Don, Matt Mayoko on Niners Pre and Post, NBC Sports Bay Area, 1 hour before and immediately after every Niner game. Got to get the plug in.
Nice.
Mayoko just posted that Fred was out there for the media portion, but he did not have his helmet.
Oh, okay.
So I give that information that's public, and I give you just conversations I've had with guys who play football before. Be like, hey man, just looking at the video because hey, listen, it's Fred's been thirst trapping with these videos here. We saw the one where he was working out, and then we've seen the videos over this week. And listen, man, great videos, great signs. I'm being a wise guy. There's nothing wrong with those videos. It's fantastic because listen, if those videos, if that gives the fans a boost, imagine how Fred Warner's presence with the team this week gives them a boost. So it's extraordinarily important. People who played the game, guys who played the games, they see it and they go, he's not, it doesn't look like he's ready yet. Not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
Struggling, but the guys who've played, they can see the nuances in movement. They understand. And these are the guys that I've talked to. They say it doesn't look like he's ready to play right now. And one friend of mine said, if I were Mike McDonald and I saw Fred Warner out there, I would run at him over and over again.
Yep.
And coaches, what do they normally try to do with Fred Warner? Avoid him at all costs. So saying all that, this is just my opinion based on what I see and just people that I've talked to. I don't think he's going to play, but that's okay. because of the way that Eric Kendricks has played. Not just one game, but in a couple of games. Because remember, week 18 against Seattle, Tatum Bethune was having a hard time. Right?
Yeah.
Niners missed 18 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Bethune was a leader in number of missed tackles. Bethune goes out. Kendricks comes in. He doesn't miss a tackle. And what you notice, and this was over the course of the entire Eagles game, how much more coherent the Niners looked defensively. The communication was much better between the linebackers. But you had Kendricks and Wallow slapping defensive linemen. Hey, man, get to this gap. The cohesion on the back end seemed a lot better with Kendricks in the mix. So, of course, everybody wants Fred Warner out there. It would be great if he truly could just step on the field and not miss a beat. There'd be no drop off in play. But the Niners are not desperate at that position. So to me, if he's not fully ready to go and you don't need to put him out there, I think you're better served not putting him out there.
I'm cool with that too. I am, with everything considered what you just said, Rod. I'm totally cool with that. Tony, go ahead, man.
Yeah, the only other X factor, for lack of a better term, Rod, on the other side of the ball, and I can't believe that there's a fall off, of course, but not a steep fall off with Tonjes at tight end, and I feel like he's going to be play a role in this game on Saturday, because of course
they're not afraid to go to him, man. Right. Shanahan is not afraid to go to him at all.
Right. And I feel like he's going to be a factor. And playing under the tutelage of George Kittle, and I wouldn't be willing, I'd be willing to bet that George is going to be in Tonjes' ear, has been in his ear all week, and will continue to be in his ear. And I think he's going to be a factor. And I love that, because we've talked about McCaffrey, we talked about Pearsall, Jennings, right, Purdy. But I think like Tonjes might get, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 grabs, maybe even a touchdown catch, especially in the red zone.
Sure, why not? Yeah, why don't you just do what you did in week 1? How about that? No, I don't disagree with you. Clearly, though, Tonjes is on the Seahawks' radar because of what he did in week 1.
That's right,
and really what he's done, the entire season. The thing, though, is that for Tonjes, for his abilities to work for the Niners, they've got to find a way to back Seattle off the line of scrimmage and back them to where the middle of the field the Niners can operate in. If they can't do that, because if Tonjes is catching the ball 3 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, Seattle's other than the Texans, Seattle's the best tackling team in football. We saw that in week 18. All right, I think they only missed 2 tackles, which is probably too many. Those guys, especially their DBs, they get to the ball and they get guys on the ground. If they see everything in front of them and Tonjes cannot operate in that kind of close to the line of scrimmage, somewhat intermediate space, then you're not really getting anywhere. But if there's a threat of something downfield, and if there is a threat of the Niners getting something in the middle field area and Purdy is dropping those layered throws into intermediate areas, now all of a sudden, as I mentioned before, Seattle's defense, they're still aggressive, but now they're thinking. Maybe they're backing up a little bit, and bam, that's where you slide in Tonjes. Bam, that's where you slide in Juwan Jennings. That's where Kyle Juszczyk can operate. That's where Christian McCaffrey can operate anywhere, but that's where Christian McCaffrey can operate. So I'll say all that to say, Tonjes being involved, 100%. You're going to have to use him in the pass game, but it's where you use him. And if those somewhat intermediate or near the line of scrimmage, if those spaces are available more because Seattle's defense has to worry about other guys, notably Ricky Pearsall, then Jake Tonjes' skill set will be much better used, and I guess much better appreciated, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Kyle, go deep right out of the gates. Throw a deep ball right out.
You know what, man? Like a 9-year-old playing Madden. Just go routes, everybody. Just 9 routes. Or hey, like a 9-year-old playing Madden, or like former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Pearsall. Hey, everybody, just go long. He's just running 4 verts. And while I have no love for the Eagles, man, Jalen Hurts is like, word. Like that's what we just
Yeah, yeah.
We just run and go routes. This is what we're
Yeah.
gonna do. All right.
And look, even poor Jalen Hurts. I got to tell you the truth. I like Jalen Hurts, and I felt bad. Even when he was making plays, like hitting AJ Brown in the hands, dude, in the fourth quarter. Boom, there's another drop. Poor bastard. He's going to be okay though. Jalen Hurts is a great competitor.
It happened to a nicer group of people.
Yeah, no. You know what I want to do, Tony? Let's do this because there's a bunch of supers, but I want to do this. I got one more football question for Rod about another
music question for Rod too. So before we go,
football, music, supers, and then we can wrap and let Rod go. Okay, Brooksy, I was thinking of you, dude. I'm watching the Houston Texans and watching that defense just pound the sagging face of Aaron Rodgers into the turf. Dude, it brought me so much joy. And I really like that Houston defense. I love D'Amico. I love what they have going down there. I'm a little worried about CJ Stroud. But, Brooksy, listen, dude, you're like our favorite son of Houston. I mean, it's you and ZZ Top as far as I'm concerned. I got Billy Gibbons on line 1. I got Rod Brooks on line 2. So I love this. I love the Texan defense. My question is this. I am so confident about that unit, the defensive, because Pittsburgh couldn't do anything. They couldn't run it. They couldn't throw it. They couldn't even breathe. I wasn't blown away by what I saw by the New England offense against San Diego. I mean, they were struggling against the Charger unit, but CJ Stroud, that's my, if I have a concern, it's with him because he has not looked like the CJ Stroud we've seen in the past, not recently, and I know he's had a banged up year, but what do you think, Rod? Houston going into Foxborough, you giving the Texans a shot?
Oh, yeah, I give them a shot. Like, there's two parts to me here. There is the guy that covers football, and I know a good team when I see it, and the Texans are a good team, particularly on defense. That defense is right there with that Niner defense that I mentioned, that 2012, that 2011 defense, the one that actually didn't go to the Super Bowl because of Kyle Williams. This Texans defense has that. I like to say that they put opposing offenses in like a sack and they just kick the shit out. They just
They
just kick the shit out of it for 3 hours. Like they are the ultimate line that shit up. Let's go.
Yeah,
4 guys. They get there with 4. They play coverage on the back end and they tackle like a bunch of maniacs. And that type of defense will take you very far. And I think that's going to be problematic for Drake May.
Me too.
Your concern about CJ Stroud is the same concern I have about CJ Stroud as someone who covers football. Now, put that aside for a second. As a kid from the south side of Houston, Texas, shout out Sunnyside, shout out South Park, shout out South Acres.
Yeah.
I'm rocking my Dunksternaut shirt right now. You see, I'm rocking my H-Town shirt.
Yeah.
As a child of the south side of Houston, Texas, where the Dome is, where NRG Stadium is, and as someone who has been bitterly disappointed by Houston sports for the vast majority of his life, with the exception of the Rockets and the Astros, but particularly by Houston football, I cannot bring myself to think.
I got it. Yeah.
These guys have if Buffalo beats the Broncos and the Texans beat the Patriots, the Texans will play for the AFC Championship in Houston.
Damn. Okay. All right.
And to go to the Super Bowl in the Bay Area.
Yeah, right.
I live.
Yeah.
Possibly against the Niners, which
would be nuts. Yeah.
Which would be nuts, but would also be my absolute worst nightmare. Yeah, so the fan in me, I can't even. I can't even wrap my head around that concept.
That's wild to think about, Rod. And it's definitely possible.
It's entirely possible.
It's on the table now. It's on the freaking table. All right, Tony, hit Rod with your music, and I want to show him these supers. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, Brooksy, we got a lot of love for you on the chat. But first of all, okay, Niners in Seattle. Paulie and I were talking about, our love of Seattle music, but we got to put that aside for the weekend. But I do want to know, I don't think I've ever asked you this question directly. If you had to pick your number one band or musician from Seattle, all of the options, if you had or rank them or whatever, like what would you do? I think I know the answer.
I mean,
I've never asked him directly.
Even though he's not from Seattle, but he's always going to be tied to the Seattle scene. I think you know the answer. Dave Grohl is my guy. Just celebrated a birthday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, as important as Kurt Cobain was as a figure, as incredible of a songwriter and really a melody writer as he was,
Yeah.
what got me the first time I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit wasn't the guitar, it was that was it was like when this reference is damn near 100 years old, but it's like when Dorothy opened the door.
Yeah.
She was in black and white, but
Yeah.
everything in front of her was in Technicolor.
Yeah.
That's what it was like the first time I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit. So even though he's a DC cat, he's always going to be known for you know, Seattle and the grunge sound or whatever. To me, it's Dave Grohl, 100%.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
hell yeah, Brooksy, I love it, man. And
He and Keith Moon, they're the reason I play drums.
Nice.
Come on. And if you've ever seen Rod play, dude, it's almost like I don't know, you take on their soul inside of you when you play, dude, because you get in it, man. I love it.
Good.
I love it. No. Oh man. All right, here, so let's get to the supers, Rixie. We have a lot of supers that are giving their love. So hang on one sec. We've got Aaron Kask, who is if you look at his profile pic, listen to Black Sabbath,
which I've been doing a lot of lately.
Good man.
Since the passing of Ozzy.
Yeah,
man, I've been on a Sabbath kick now for a few weeks. Yo, dog, Sabotage. That album has been in heavy rotation with your boy Rod B.
Sabotage is a great. In fact, that's probably like the last classic album they made with Ozzy. The last two after that are good. Never Say Die and Technical Ecstasy. They're good records, but Sabotage is one of the great. I mean, it's the songs, the riffs, that like Hole in the Sky, dude. The riffing on Symptom of the Universe, heavier than hell, dude. All that Megalomania, the 12-minute epic piece, and all that. Yeah, I love Sabotage. Sabotage is my favorite Sabbath album for a very, very long time. Right now, though, because I'm like you, Brooksy. I kind of go back and forth. I'm like, but I love me some Volume 4 too, dude.
That was just I was going to mention. Volume 4 is right behind it. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah. Good man. I'm sorry, Tony, but what were you going to say?
No, Aaron's super. First of all, this goes back to your parallel
My bad.
about the couple getting divorced is like the Kuminga Kerr, and he says, "Is Kerr the emotionally unavailable dad, and Kuminga is the resentful mom in that divorce scenario?"
Hey, Aaron, I should pay you $10 for that because you're 100% correct.
Oh, dude,
it does seem like Kerr. He's not checked out, but it does seem like he's tired.
Well, dude, the other night he emptied the bench. It was I think in the Portland game, dude. He literally emptied the bench. Kuminga's still sitting there.
Well, I mean, listen, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, he's and this is it's not really personal, although there is some sort of personal feel. They've tried to get Kuminga to play a certain way. He has not played. Kerr tried to get him to play a certain way.
Yeah,
Kuminga has not played that way. You got the agent doing this. You got the money situation, and it just dissolved. And when Kuminga, when that game where everyone was either hurt or it was the first game of a back-to-back, so guys didn't play, and it was going to be all the young guys. And Kuminga worked out, and he was like, doctor say I need a backiotomy. That was that was it. That was it. And the reports out there that there are people in the Warriors who think that his back wasn't really hurt. I don't know. That's not my point. Man say he got a hurt back. Man say he got a hurt back. But that was the point where it was just like, okay, it's over. Yeah, it's 100% over. So there is some exasperation for sure. That is easily picked up on, and Stevie Wonder can see that.
Yeah. By the way, Brooksy, did you see the new? He just dropped it very quietly with like no fanfare at all. Chappelle dropped a new special on Netflix, like right before Christmas. Brad, I watched it the night it came out, dude. I can't get enough. The more Dave, the better. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
So good, so good. Yeah. Classic Dave, baby. Classic Dave.
Classic Dave. It's just watching one of the masters at work. If you guys like Chappelle, definitely check it out. It's very, like I said, very quietly just dropped a brand new special on Netflix, like right around Christmas time. Anyway, I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead. I see you got something.
One point, considering that dude came in studio and hung out for an hour with a little dog in his backpack.
Totally.
Back in what was that, 99, 98,
Crazy.
99.
By the way,
crazy.
and I got to remind you guys, you know what the best part about that dog is, dude? Late 90s when he was carrying that dog, the dog's name, Whitey. Okay. And that way, he said, like, he told the story, it was the freaking best. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, you know, we were filming Half Baked up in Vancouver. I think they shot a lot of it in Canada. And he was like, you know, he's like, it was like the one of the high points of my life to be in the Ritz-Carlton and be yelling at my dog, no, Whitey, no. Like, in the middle of the Ritz-Carlton lobby, dude, shouting at Whitey, the freaking greatest of all time. Yeah. So anyway,
to Dave's credit, Chappelle's credit, he was supposed to come on for one segment in studio. He stayed for a whole hour. You know, so that was
he's
cool.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
And then we went to the show that night at the Punchline, and he was literally getting pelted with joints on stage. People were throwing joints at him. Anyways, Corinne is a super Rod. She says, Rod Brooks, you are the best. Thank you, Corinne, for the super. Patty from Napa checking in. So great seeing Brooksy. Will we win? Yes, is what Patty from Napa says. I love it. Escobar Cheeks the third. He is a super. He says the one position that needs to take the words being said about them to heart are the defensive ends of the 49ers. Not one analyst thinks they should be in the league. So there's that. We can address that in 1 second. Don Peralta is a super. He says quality particles for life. Thank you, Rod. Escobar Cheeks the third. Check it in one more time. Guttural laugh of Rod for double A Ron and the Ole Miss loss.
Ole Miss was relevant for a hot second. Now they can go back to just being nobody cares.
Brooks,
Nice
your
job.
take when you came on before that Ole Miss game, you were like, the hate was strong, man. I loved it.
Hey, man, I don't want them to win nothing. Ever.
no.
And then Aaron Cass comes in one more time. He says, Rod, did the 49ers attempt to go 3 wide receivers on early downs and spread the defense out as opposed to the 2 tight end sets? Does that maybe make it easier to run the ball?
Ooh, the Niners, they are going to their base is 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end. So they're going to start with that and see how much success they have with it and then operates off of that. So that's a long-winded way of answering the question, which, I think you are going to see 3 tight end sets, but it's all going to be predicated on how the Niners are able to run the ball. I mean, it's, you know, we can bag on Sam Darnold and we can bring up other factors, but the Niners running the ball is the most important thing. First game, Niners had 119 yards on the ground. Second game, only had 53 yards on the ground. And I think Christian McCaffrey only ran it 8 times. Seattle, 84 rushing yards in the first game, had a $180 in the second game. They had 115 rushing yards in the first half, Seattle did, and only 91 passing yards. So, and this what I love about this matchup is third time these two teams have seen each other.
Right.
Second time over the course of 2 weeks, and Seattle has not played. I love the fact that there ain't no tricks. Ain't no we're gonna come up with something different.
Right.
Ain't no way do they see this. It's line it up.
Yeah.
And let's get this thing cracking. And what does that mean? Run the ball, stop the run, convert third downs.
Let's go.
Stop them from converting third downs, time of possession, red zone. Niners are second in red zone efficiency. Seattle is 17th in red zone efficiency. Special teams is going to make an appearance. But even though these teams are different, to me it's the same. Get to 20 points, fourth quarter. If it's tight, which quarterback, which offense is the one that's able to get that score? And it's probably going to come down to a field goal late in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Brooksy, can we all just send a vibe to Thomas Morstead? No 27-yard punts this week, maybe?
Yeah. Don't do that.
I hate seeing those ducks fly out of bounds on like the 50.
Yeah. You know, speaking of kicking, Eddie Pinheiro could wind up playing a pretty big role in this game too. Like we're going to
100% will. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, Kyle Juszczyk, man, watch out for Juszczyk. He's having
It's a great call.
fantastic season, much better season than I expected him to have, and he's a factor too, man. Especially when he sneaks out into the flat and they forget about him.
No doubt.
When Kittle went out, if Kyle Juszczyk does not do what he did in the passing game, Niners don't win that game. Was it 27-yard catch and run? Unbelievable. That one contorting catch he made. I'll throw some more game 1, game 2 stats at you. Brock Purdy in game 2, throws of 20-plus yards. He didn't attempt not one.
Damn.
In game 1, throws of 20-plus yards. Brock Purdy, 4 of 5.
Nice.
120 yards.
There you go.
Pearsall had that 45-yard catch that eventually led to the Tonjes TD.
Yep.
Kyle Juszczyk had one of those catches.
Nice.
It was for 25 yards. I'd be surprised if he didn't have another one this week. But again, and the only way they're going to do that is if the middle of the field is available. And the only way for the middle of the field to be available is for there to be a threat to go downfield.
Damn. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Paulie, one more time. We have one more super, and it's Dub
there's
City.
2. I was going to say, get the last 2, and then we can let Rod go. But we got 2 more supers for Brooksy before we wrap it up.
Yeah, so Brooksy, this is Dub City. He goes way back. He says, a Brooksy memory from the 1050 days. Nice. You guys were talking to Tim Brown around Christmas time, and Tim Brown said if his kids don't get straight A's, they don't get nothing for Christmas. Rod said, damn, crack the whip, Pop.
Yeah, man. Hey, downtown touchdown Timmy Brown, man. He's going to run a tight ship over there at the Brown household, dude.
That was great,
do you remember what we heard when the mics were down?
Yo.
Easy now. Easy. What a man does in the privacy of his own home is not for us to but yes, I do. I know what you're talking about.
Let's just say Tim forgot that the mics were hot in his house.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the only thing that was hot, if you know what I'm talking about. We're going to leave it right there. We're just leaving it right there. Use your imagination, kids. You're probably imagining the right thing. Okay, there's one more. There you go.
By the way, Rod, this is Sweet Mad Hatter, who is the owner of a leg bong in Eugene, Oregon. He says, Rod speaks the truth. Let's line up and go. So that's from Sweet Mad Hatter up in Central Oregon. Thank you, Sweet Mad Hatter. And then the Nutter out there in Pacifica says, so in other words, take the Niners and the 7 points.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that too, man. I like that too. And I want to say, Rod, thank you as always for your time today. Thanks for your insights. And we will be watching, brother. We will be watching on Saturday, pre and post. Tune into the NBC Sports Bay Area, the show with Mayoko and Carlos and Rod. They do it pregame. They do it postgame. They cut over to the Shanahan press conference. You get all the coverage you can imagine. So, Brooksy, have a great call this weekend. And, dude, we'll be talking soon, man.
And Quality Hang tonight, we will we'll go live at 8. Marcus Osborne and myself, we'll get into this game. I'm going to say the exact same thing. I'm going to tell you why the Niners are going to win. Obviously, we'll talk about the Kuminga situation. Warriors playing tonight, playing the Knicks, and we'll get into a bunch of other stuff. And hey, man, listen. Niners going to the NFC Championship. Let's do this again next week.
Hell yeah, Brooksy. I love it. I love where your head's at. Hell yeah. Give him a round of applause. That's Rod Brooks, everybody.
Love you guys. Best of the families.
Cheers, brother. Love you too, man. We love Rod Brooks, man. He's one of the best. And, dude, I love the fact that Rod is feeling that same, like, air of confidence. I think that we all are. It's really wild, dude. I was like, going into this postseason, I was pretty cautious. I'm like, man, I don't know. I really couldn't get a feel considering everything going on. All of a sudden, the way they looked against Philly, the aftermath of that game, Fred Warner on the field. And if you're just joining us, Rod's gut on Fred is we probably will not see him on Saturday, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, even Tony, if he's healed up enough in terms of mobility, he's not in football shape. I mean, he's not in football shape. He hasn't been on a field in months. But if he can get through this weekend, practice more next week, I do think we would see him in an NFC Championship scenario. And I should probably know the answer to this, so forgive me. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet, but is it 1 or 2 weeks between championship and Super Bowl this year? Is it 2?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that bodes well. That bodes well for dude. I'm already talking about that. I shouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, if we are to find ourselves in that situation, nice 2-week recovery time, which would be. I don't want to drink today. I'm going to stop.
Paulie, I think a lot of the national perspective and national media and even Vegas, I think they're looking at week 18, and I don't think they're looking at all of the things but they're not looking at all the things that we've been talking about for the last 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and go ahead. Underestimate them. Give them. I say take the Niners money line. See what the odds on that is too. Because I mean, I feel good, but I feel good for a reason. It's not just blind faith, right? It's the things that we just talked about for the last 45 minutes, breaking it down, having Pearsall back, hopefully, which we haven't gotten confirmation on that, but he's optimistic. Dude, and Juszczyk, we're talking about Juszczyk. The Trent Williams factor is not to be dismissed because he was not there in week 18. Darnold, if it comes down to Darnold having to win the game on a game-winning drive and the Niners are up by like 4 or something,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody from Seattle feels good, and I think the Niners feel good about that situation. And
I'm going to go ahead and say those Seattle fans are so disillusioned and they've been drinking their own Kool-Aid for so long. I bet you they do feel good. I bet you they're like, oh, we got this. I don't, there's something about the Seahawk fan base. It just rubs me the wrong way. I still look at the Seahawks like they're nouveau riche. Like, who are they? Hey, come on, bro. It wasn't that long ago. They were playing in the Kingdom in the AFC. It's like, you know what I mean? How legit are they really? That's just me being a pain in the ass. But I'm just being honest. I get it. I know they've had their success and all that. By the way, dude, before we go today, we got to do our Dr. Young spot, of course. Yes. Can you go? You don't have to do the whole open with Bookman and stuff, but dude, go into bookmarks, pull out the Pete Carroll thing real quick because I need everybody to see this if you haven't heard. This just pisses me. It reignited my dislike for this guy again. I was giving Pete Carroll a pass, and I'm like, you know what? Poor bastard he's got his hands full in Las Vegas. He gets blown out after 1 year. But now he's back doing this. And I'm like, you know what? Now I don't like you again. So, Tony, throw that up for the PMPers who haven't seen it yet. There is news. Pete Carroll is going to reunite with Seattle. So, Tony, can you read that for the audience?
Yeah, breaking news. It says, sources tell me that former Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll will raise the 12th man flag for the Seahawks home playoff game against the 49ers this Saturday. Pete Carroll returns to Seattle to honor the franchise-long tradition. Does Pete Carroll also go into the sound booth and raise the fader that does the fake crowd noise too?
Nice, dude. Nice.
Does he do that after he raises the because the 12th man is the fake crowd noise. If you really want to get into it, Paulie. So yeah, I've always said I like Pete Carroll, but I don't like Pete Carroll doing this. So whatever.
No, nor do I. Nor do I.
I like him as a coach. I think he's a good coach, and he just had nothing to do. He had nothing going on. Can we do a couple more of these as we wrap?
Sure. Yeah.
I want to do the McVay. I think we got to do the McVay just for fun.
Yeah. No, I had to, dude. I just put this in there for the comedy of it all. Here's Pete Carroll talking about his relationship. I think the question is, this McVay. Is from yesterday. First of all, look at him. Just look at him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Start there by looking at that grill, the spike, the whole bit. He looks like a freaking elf. He really does. No, not McVay. My bad. I'm talking about yesterday. They asked him, they were like, hey, what's your relationship with Matt LaFleur? Do you guys trade notes? Do you get any tips from him? And here's his response. I couldn't even hear anything he was really saying ultimately because the sound of his voice is so elf-like. I was like, I got to share this with PMP. So go ahead, Tony. Throw it up there, man.
Yeah.
Look at him, T.
Yeah. What'd you guess? No, you know what? We watch the tape, we do our work, and Matt is a very close friend of mine.
I don't know. This is the whole thing. There's something about this cat. I can't. This is an NFL head coach. Look, dude, you feel me?
No, you know what? We watch the tape, we do our work, and Matt is a very close friend of mine.
By the way, Rag's coming in with a tweaker drop on this. What are you saying, Rag? What, he's in the back mixing up like the meth or something? Isn't that what a tweaker is, right? Like a meth guy? I don't know. Tweaker, that's an interesting take. I'll take that. Patty from Napa, his hair. Yeah, he's like a Keebler elf. Totally. Yes. That's something. Give him like one of those big vats of fudge. He can stir it up. Don't those Keebler elves, didn't they live up in the trees, Patty? What my memory is like the Keebler elves were working on cookies up in the trees. Am I wrong? Maybe that was like a Grateful Dead flashback moment. I don't know. For some reason, I'm seeing elves in trees. Rag saying yes. Okay. Yeah.
And the Rams got tough sledding in Chicago, man.
Dude, by the way, did you hear about the conditions of the game? Do you hear about the weather?
No, I haven't looked it up yet.
Ready for this? They're saying with the wind chill factor, it's going to feel like minus 10 degrees in Chicago. Minus effing 10, dude. He's going to have to protect that gel. He's going to have to throw some kind of warm weather gear on.
You got old man Devontae and old man Stafford. Oh boy, that's going to be very interesting, man. And what is McVay? Is he going to be wearing like one of those fur hoods that has like the fur lining?
Yeah. Or one of those Gore-Tex. How about like when George Costanza got the Gore-Tex jacket, dude? He looked like the Michelin man. He was all puffed out. Remember that? He like turned around, knocked over all the wine at the liquor store. He's like, I'm not paying for it.
Because the arms, right?
Yeah, Gore-Tex, dude. Gore-Tex. All right. Do you have any? Is there anything else in there we need to pull out, or are we good?
Yeah, dude. Hang on one sec. I was trying to find the Costanza Gore-Tex. Oh, yeah. Oh, stand by.
Give it to me. Give me the Gore-Tex. Yeah.
Come on. Sorry, but
No, you're good. I can't wait to see it. Go ahead.
just with the hat too, with the freaking hat too. Come on, it's pulling up. There it is.
Yeah, that's going to be McVay in Chicago on Sunday, dude. McVay. So yeah, they're saying with the wind chill -10. I saw John Joseph say they're expecting snow too. I hadn't heard that, but fine, bring it on. I think yes, no Emmy. I remember that game. Bears 24, Rams 0. That was the 85-86 NFC Championship. That was the 85 Bears team. I remember that game. The Rams had no chance. They couldn't even deliver the snap in those conditions. So, the Rams certainly not a cold weather team. The Niners have slayed that dragon multiple times. The 88 NFC Championship, 28-3 in Chicago, Montana to Rice, 2 slants. One of my favorite, maybe my favorite Niner game of all time, to be honest with you. Nice. And then, of course, going into Green Bay, Wicker Ops a few years ago. Robbie Gould kicking field goals, blocking punts. Dude, what a great game. So for me, the cold weather doesn't move me as far as like affecting the way the 49ers play. I think they've already slayed that dragon, but the Rams, dude, I don't know how they're going to function in that kind of condition. I mean, I really don't. That's serious. 10 below 0, dude. That's no joke.
That's going to be wild stuff.
Yeah,
man.
it's cold out here, man. It's really cold. I got my Gore-Tex on. You know, he's going to be doing all that. Like, I mean, see him running around. Tony, do you have access to McVay in the end zone real quick? Is that possible? Running around?
Hang on. Let me pull it up real quick. I got a McVay folder. It's becoming a McVay folder.
Bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger. I know. This is where it all started. McVay celebrating with his wide receiver and an offensive lineman in the end zone. And
that. Oh, I thought you were talking about McVay doing the Heisman. Stand by. I'm going to give McVay first of all, and McVay.
Yeah. No, he does. He looks like this is what we got to market these things. I don't know who's going to do it, but someone needs to market this. You know what I mean?
Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah. I remember you and I watching this in your studio years ago when it happened. We're like, look at this dude. Look at him running around in the end zone. He's like a little sprite or a little elf or some kind of little, like a goblin or something.
He definitely. And that's is that no? That's not
don't go to any trouble, Tony. I put you on the spot. I shouldn't have done
it. It's all good. I would love to find it because he was.
Give me the Heisman then. We'll find it tomorrow. We can put that up there for tomorrow. Give me the Heisman pose, and we can wrap it up with that one.
The McVay. Stand by.
The McVay football pose,
which is just
with his little body. By the way, look at the way his legs are folded up on the sled right there. You see, he's like his knees bent and everything.
Yeah, here's the look on his face.
I know, it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. That's me and you taking pictures. I love how he doesn't even have fingers. He just has like a little mitten on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great too. So good. Thank you, Dom. Fareed sent the first one in way back when, and it started the onslaught of Dom going.
Keep him coming. Yeah, keep him coming. I want I would love to have. I want like a whole summer motif too when the weather warms up. Give me like McVay on water skis. Give me McVay, playing beach volleyball like in Top Gun, stuff like that. All right, Tony, get us into the mouth if you could, because I want to talk about Dr. Matt Young, the official dentist, the official dental office of the Polymac Particle Show. He is located 490 Post Street. We were just talking to our friend Tom Stack yesterday about Dr. Matt Young and why he should start to go see him too. Dr. Young's been in business over 25 years. He's a San Francisco guy. He loves the Bay Area. And if you haven't been to the dentist in a while, let me, Tony, if I may, assuage you of all of your concerns, because Dr. Matt Young is such a chill dude. He's such a pro. Tony pointed this out the other day, and we should probably be hitting this more. He is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, meaning if you have been considering like an implant procedure, this is the best guy in the whole country. This is the guy you're going to want. He goes around the country and lectures about implant restorations and implant surgeries. That is one of his very specialized treatments that he can offer you. They accept pretty much all the major insurance companies. Tony's had his whole family at Dr. Young's office within the last couple of months, and you should too. So he obviously handles all the general dentistry issues as well. comprehensive care across the board, fillings, implants, cleanings, emergency care, veneers, orthodontics, all that stuff. And then there's the team, Tony. There's the people like he's the quarterback, but then you look at his offensive line. Here comes Joyce. You know what I mean? Like the great staff he has on hand to kind of put you at ease. The second you walk in, you're being treated like family. And again, from an uptight kind of cat like me, who avoided the dentist for a long time. I was like, I don't even want to go. I'm too afraid of it. I've seen Marathon Man. You know what I mean? I don't want to, like, is it safe?
Right.
And the whole bit. Dude, you walk into Dr. Young, he's like, dude, what can I do for you? How do I get you relaxed? Just relax over there. And I've had a lot of procedures. I've been a patient of Dr. Young's for over 10 years and been a friend of his for more than that too. So don't waste any more time. info@youngdentalsf.com. You can shoot the office an email. If you've got like something bothering you and you're like, yeah, I need it, just go see him. I'm telling you guys, trust me on this one. This is the guy you're going to want to work with. The Young Dental Group in San Francisco, 490 Post Street. Again, Tony, I'm sure your experiences were nothing but positive because he's just a rock star, dude, in the office.
My teeth, and honest to God, my oral care, my mouth has never felt better or never looked better.
Great. Dude, he made you look better. Like your teeth whitened up big time after he got through with you.
And hey, raise your hand if you're a slacker, brushing your teeth and flossing, all that stuff. That was me before. And then I got the tutelage of Joyce and the doctor and the Young Dental Group staff just explaining the proper way to floss, telling me that you brush at least twice a day. And, you know, there's so many little bad dudes, as Joyce put it, bad dudes in your mouth, that you got to get the bad dudes out of your mouth. And also just, I can't stress this enough about it makes going to the dentist enjoyable and something that you actually don't dread doing. Actually, Megan is with Dr. Young as we speak in a follow-up to her 6-hour session last week. So
okay.
Yeah. He's been so good about checking in, about making sure that the pain is okay, that everything is going wonderfully. And that's just because he cares. And everybody that we partner with on this show cares about their clients, about the people that they work with. And Dr. Young is at the top of that. He's such a caring, chill, kind dude. And go Bills, Dr. Young, go Bills.
I'm rooting for your Bills. I really am. I hope the Bills do great. I am a little concerned, though. I think Denver's going to be a handful up there. A lot of people like Buffalo. I don't know, man. Sean Payton in the playoffs with a home field advantage, mile high. It's going to be a real tough outing, I think, for the Buffalo Bills. Not saying they can't win the game. Broncos are giving Buffalo 1.5.
Yep.
In that matchup, but they have a great D, and they've had a pretty special season up there. In Mile High. So we'll be watching that one. I still love Kruger going, dude, we'll talk from Chicago next week. The confidence of a Kruger is unparalleled. So I will say this last thing about Dr. Matt Young, and then we'll wrap it up and see you guys tomorrow for high noon. And, actually, we got to do music assignment before that. But I would say that, like, don't be afraid to tell Dr. Young, like, what you need for your own comfort level. And I'm not trying to make a joke out of this because it's not. It's like a serious treatment. But I ask him for the gas. Like, just so I can calm down. And it's not like I'm trying to catch a buzz or anything, but I have some pretty major procedures. I had he had to pull a tooth once that had like an infection. I had a root canal done. And he asked me, he was like, what can I do to make you comfortable? He's like, do you want the gas? And I was like, I do. Give me the freaking gas. Because I'm kind of like Megan that way. I don't really want to know what's going on until it's done. You know what I mean? Just give me my headphones, give me some Rolling Stones. I'm going to chill. And you just wake me up when you're done. And he's totally cool with that. So I'm just letting you know, he will do whatever you ask him in terms of your own comfort and whatever you need to do to relax, he can accommodate that. I promise.
Final thought on that, Paulie. Megan, he did exactly that with Megan, and Megan did exactly that with him. He was lining up about like 6 different visits, and Megan goes, what about the option of me just coming in for a long knock it all out? And he goes, if that's what you want, that's what we'll do.
See,
so he blocked off a chunk of time, knocked it out, and today's the follow-up. Dr. Young and the Young Dental Group, they are there for you 6 days a week till 7 p.m., 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Get involved with the Young Dental Group and Dr. Matt Young, 415-392-8611. Give them a call. If they don't pick up, they will respond. They will reply very quickly and get you set up. 415-392-8611 or email. They respond very quickly. info@youngdentalsf.com. Paulie, on the way out.
Final thing. Yes, I want you to explain the music assignment to the PMP Familia so they know how to participate tomorrow. T, go ahead.
So, okay, let me go back. I want to make sure that I quote David. David Basham. Sorry, David Basham is the musical assignment. He is the sponsor tomorrow for the musical assignment.
Yep.
Also known as Napa Dude, a.k.a. Triple Z.
Yeah.
On Twitter. he says he wants to do music from 1980 to 1985 period, those 5 years.
Okay.
And there's a Niner tie-in that he's going to bring to the show tomorrow.
Okay.
He's going to pick 5 albums and choose songs from these 5 albums from these 4 bands.
Okay.
The bands are The Police, U2, Bruce Springsteen, and the E Street Band, and Genesis.
Okay.
So this is I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I like this so far. 80 to 85. That's a great pair. There's a lot of good music going on during those years, but keep going.
Absolutely. And so the assignment for the PMP Familia is pick a song from 1980 to 1985 from The Police, U2, Bruce Springsteen, or Genesis.
Okay.
That is the musical assignment. It does not have to be 49er related. It doesn't have to be Bay Area related. It doesn't any of that. Just 1980 to 1985, The Police, U2, Springsteen, or Genesis.
The only problem with this assignment is it's going to be really hard to pick just one song.
Right.
Because there's so much great stuff. I mean, the Police had all their classic stuff between 80 and 85. Springsteen, classic stuff. U2, I mean, wow. And then Genesis too, dude, dropping an Abacab out there if we need to. We'll see what, you know what I mean? We'll see where it goes. All right, Tony.
One song, everybody, one song. Okay. And that way we can filter through a bunch of different options and then let Napa Dude, David Basham take control of the microphone, take control of the assignment. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow. Paulie, on the way out.
Yes.
Okay. On the way out. You asked for it. I found it.
Okay, good. Hit me. Yes, good.
Let's just dive in for one last fun little trip of McVay, just being McVay. Here we go. Is a spike by Tyler Higbee. There's McVay in the end zone. Should be a flag, by the way. Should be a flag. Look at him high.
Freeze it. Go back to when he bumps into the ref. Just look at the look on his face. He's like a little kid at Christmas. Look at him. Yeah. He's like, you're not supposed to be here, coach.
Hey, sorry about that, man. No problem. I go back to the sideline now. Thanks, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. With the clipboard in his hand, dude. Cut the crap, McVay. I don't know. And by the way, just for the record, I just want you to know, Tony, it's not like I hate this guy or anything.
No. He's actually technically part of the Niner family tree. But dude, the helmet slap and then trying to get their attention.
He's in the end zone, dude. He's in the freaking end. You're not supposed to be over there, coach. All right, Tony, thank you for that. Look at that, too.
Let me get back to the coach's area there.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thanks a lot. Fun show today. And thank you to Rod Brooks, of course. Support him on the weekend. Support him tonight. Quality Hang, man. Him and Marcus, get out there and dial up Rod tonight. He knows what he's talking about, obviously. And Tony, I will see you tomorrow. I'll be ready to rock and roll with the music assignment. And then, dude, it's 24 hours away to kickoff or close to it anyway. So we'll set the table tomorrow. Don Peralta, Rags in New Jersey, Arkansas Dave, NorCal with the Broads of PMP. My man, Captain Leisure. Good to see you. Kyle, good to see you too. John Joseph, Patty from Napa, the queen of the scene. Will Sparks, on and on it goes. We love you guys so much. Arkansas Dave Cheeks, hell yeah, brother. Fist up to you too. Tomorrow, onward and upward. Have a great Thursday. Go Dubs tonight against the Knicks, and we'll see all of y'all at high noon tomorrow. Tony, take us home.
All I want to say too, check out Rod's show with Dante Whitner and Patrick Willis as well, called Grit Code. So he's got 3 things going: the Quality Hang, Grit Code, and NBC Sports Bay Area. One of our brothers, and just love Rod, and thank you so much for coming on. Paulie, stand by. Oh, come on. What are we doing? Come on. What are we doing?
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
Nice, dude.
Class dismissed.
All right, me and Prince say goodbye. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great Thursday, and cheers to all of y'all. Peace.
Oh, so much fun, Paulie. We'll see everybody at high noon. Peace out.